I think Buddha's teaching is really, really relevant to the modern times because it talks to you directly. Not just faith, not just philosophy. It comes to heart and comes to the practical application in everyday life. So it works, Buddha's teaching, it works 2,500 years before, but it still works right now in this 21st century. So nowadays, many people have what I call monkey mind problem, crazy monkey mind problem. So people have so much about thinking, and there's a lot of emotion and stress, high level of stress, and low self-esteem, depression, panic, so many things. So what is the best way to transform these things? Money doesn't help. Fame, if you are very famous, fame doesn't help. Winning lottery also doesn't help. And power doesn't help. All these material things doesn't help. Many scientists, they did research about happiness. So they found few causes of happiness. One is winning lottery. One is marriage. So winning happiness from winning lottery, good for only 2 years. After 2 years later, down. Sometimes even worse. And happiness with the marriage, maybe I will not tell you. Okay. This is not. This from scientists. Okay, not. They say, not me. They say good for 5 years. After that, you're back to normal. So, therefore, everybody has some kind of baseline, and to change this baseline, whatever from outside, it doesn't work. You need to transform within. So the only way to transform within, you have to work with your mind. So Buddha's teaching is all about how to find yourself, how to see nature of your thought, your emotions, your true nature. So this is why I think Buddha's teaching is very relevant in this 21st century. Now, what the meditation really benefit in this modern world? So the meditation is kind of like, it speaks to every level. Kids, adults, maybe all, if you are business, if you are scholar, if you are working with the politics, if you are working for charity, it speaks to all level. And it is not just kind of like theory, it is not just philosophy, it's not just faith. It's just there with you based on your own experience. So therefore, meditation is really, really relevant. That's the role, that is the rule of meditation, role of meditation, So meditation is kind of like international, and it is your true nature. You can find meditation within yourself. So, simple, practical practice of the meditation. So, normally I teach breathing meditation. So, we all have breath, right? You have breath right now. Without breath, you cannot see this video now. So, you are breathing for sure. So, what you have to do is, for the breathing meditation, first, you have to know your breathing. Very easy, right? So, do you know your breathing? Of course. You know your breathing, right? Breathing in, out. If you know your breathing, that is the meditation. Very simple. So now, the problem is we cannot maintain that knowing, that awareness with the breath very long time. It will lose. So we try to maintain that awareness on our breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, Breathing, dalbat. Oh, what happened in the past? You lost. Don't worry if you lost. Come back again to the breathing. If you know your breathing, then while your mind be aware of your breath, there's thought comes, image comes, voice comes. Don't worry. Let them come. Don't block. As long as if you not forget your breath, any thought is okay. Any image okay. But if you completely forget your breath and you lost with thought and emotion, that's what we call distraction. So don't distract. Back to your breath. That's all. I was really interested in science. So when I was 9 years old, there's one great scientist came. Many great scientists came to learn meditation from my father. So that time I was young. So then I have a lot of interest about cosmology in that time. Stars and how far it is, how big it is, and about the universe, all these things. Then I asked many scientists about those things, and there's a particular one great neuroscientist, and he told me about the stars, galaxy, all these things, and he also taught me about the brain, and it was so fascinating. So then after that, I finished my traditional study for 9 years, 3 years retreat. So study and retreat, all this finished, and then after that I began to travel many parts of the world, and I met many scientists and continue ongoing discussion. Still now I'm having a lot of discussion with the scientists. So what I found is there's a lot of parallel similarity between modern science and the Buddhists. We are talking same thing but different words. So for example, physics talking about the atom, subatomic particle. So 70 years before, scientists doesn't believe that atom is impermanent. But Buddha said atom is impermanent 2,500 years before. But now, after 60 some years later, they found atom is impermanent, and atom is not the just smallest part thing in the world. They are subatomic particle. Proton, neutron, electron, so many things. In Buddhism, we have 9 subatomic particles. The same thing, but different words. And recently, many scientists, what they found is, according to quantum gravity, quantum mechanics, even that smallest particle in the end become energy, time, space. In the end, you cannot find it. So Buddha said, first atom, the subatomic particle, in the end loses meaning. It's shunyata, emptiness. But shunyata doesn't mean nothing. Shunyata meaning everything, but everything is shunyata. So it's quite difficult to understand, but I discuss with this a lot with science, and we all really fascinate each other. So, and then another thing is a lot of things with the mind. And modern scientists doesn't have so much knowledge about the mental, the inner world. So that part science can learn a lot from the Buddhist aspect. So sometimes what I call intelligent brain from science, warm heart from the Buddhist aspect. And these two join together, then we can help the world, and we can contribute to the world more benefit for the society and maybe better world. So he was great, the scientist. I met him 1998, first time. We went to the conference, Mind and Life conference. So that time we met. So then later, in 2002, I went to his laboratory, and I'm his guinea pig. So he put me into the big machine called fMRI, very big, almost one store building, and very cold temperature. And I stay inside fMRI, 3 hours, cannot move, cannot scratch. Sometimes I get itchy, like that, because I cannot do like this. And he tied my head, and I have to meditate for 3 hours. So the result was really good. He said, wonderful, and then he learned a lot from my brain also. So we become good friends, and still now we are very good friends. And he's a really great scientist, and also he's good meditator too. In that time, they are doing experiment about the long-term meditator's brain. So what they found is the gamma wave in the brain. So gamma synchronized, and that number is very, very high. So normally this particular wave is only half second occurred in the brain, but for the meditators it continued for minutes, a long time, and all the different part of brains works together. So what they call neuroplasticity meaning maybe 17, 18 years before, neuroscientists doesn't believe that your brain is capable of change. If you are born with unhappy, you have no hope. Rest of your life will be unhappy. So they believe that. But then after that, they thought that's completely wrong. Brain has full capable of change until your last breath. So the one of the best way to change your brain is through meditation. I think most important is we all want to be happy, don't want to suffer. So basically we all share one fundamental feeling, which is wish to be happy, don't want to suffer. So you are like that. I want to be happy 24 hours. I don't want to suffer 24 hours. Same, all of us, we all share this feeling. So in a way, we all like brothers and sisters. We all like part of big family. So to understand, wish to be happy, don't want to suffer in others is really important. And you want to help them to have more happiness and to free from suffering. This is what we call love and compassion. So I hope we all learn more about the love and compassion, and we help each other to make better world and better human being. Thank you.